we got started just a little bit late. It's always going to be some technical difficulties. But the fun thing is, I know that, this is going to be an amazing class. So I'm glad that you stayed here with me because this is definitely an amazing time. I'm going to make sure that this class is the best class that you ever had. That is going to be my goal. So let me go ahead and get this started. Let me see you guys in here. Come on in here. Get on in here. Get on in here. Get on in here. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here. Okay. And tell people about this, okay? You want to go ahead and share this link. Remember, there is a workbook with all types of resources that you get absolutely free. You just have to make sure you're registered. You go to noelsfreeclass.com and register, and you actually get the workbook and the resources and links and different things that we have because this is an amazing class about how to invest in real estate with $500 or less. Basically, I use real estate to quit my job, and I'm going to teach you guys exactly what I did. More than just a book, more than just a YouTube video, more than just a quick thing. I am literally going to be here for the next hour. And so I want you guys to know that you are definitely in the right place. So welcome, welcome. Get on in here. Get on in here. Get on in here. Can you hear me? Let me stop this for a second. Can you hear me? Go ahead and type in the chat one. Can you hear me? Type one. I need you to type one in the chat, right? Go ahead if you can hear me. Type one. Everybody type one. Yes, I can hear you, Noel. Okay, I love that. Like I said, this is a full class. So get your coffee, get your water, get what you need, get comfortable, get your pen, get your paper, because I am just going to go all out today. I am going all out tonight. I have prepared for this class all day because actually all week, you know what I mean? Because I want to make sure that you guys know that this is the perfect time to invest in real estate and you don't have to spend a lot of money. I surely did not to get started, and you can get started and start making money. So I want you to know that you're in the right place at the right time. This is the perfect time right now to start getting in real estate. If you think that, I should have did it 20 years ago, yeah, probably. But right now, this is the best time. So today we are at a turning point. So I'm super excited for you to be a part of this. And like I said, I'm just going to be giving you all this information. So you get the pen, get the paper ready, because like I said, through real estate, ordinary people have created extraordinary freedom. Like I'm just a regular person and I have been able to create some really extraordinary things in my life. And I want you to do those exact same things. So again, before we go any further, go to noelsfreeclass.com/workbook and get your workbook. I put it all together. It has documents and things like that in it. It has things to help you. You want to go get this. Go to noelsfreeclass.com/workbook. And some of the things that I'm going to go in to you today, you actually will be able to fill right into the workbook. So I'm going to tell you so much information today and you put it in the workbook so you have copies of some of the stuff that I'm giving you. You don't have to take pictures or try to remember this stuff. I literally put some of the slides that I'm going to be going over today in that book, plus extra information, extra stuff. So go to noelsfreeclass.com/workbook. Don't forget, okay? Go there right now and also share this with people. So I told you to type one in the chat if you can hear me. I saw a lot of ones being typed in there. Love, love, love. So I want you to grab your workbook because, like I said, this is not passive learning. This is participation. If you want to be successful, you're going to have to participate. I'm doing this class. I stayed up late for you. Well, it's not that late everywhere. It's kind of, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. But if you're, California and Arizona, it's not so late there. So go ahead and get that. So let's get into this. Because like I said, I have a whole lot of content and I don't want to waste any time. So I need you to understand that real estate is the thing, okay? But most people don't even understand why. Like, why real estate? Why would I do that? But it's because wealth leaves clues, okay? And across generations and across economics, across every background imaginable, real estate remains the most consistent path to lasting financial independence. Okay. This is not luck. This is not hype. This is a pattern. Okay. Someone taught this to me and I was able to see this year after year after year. Like you can get these large lump sums of cash, plus you can get stable and consistent income from your portfolio of real estate. Plus you could sell off properties. I mean, just so much available with real estate. And it really truly is that I learned that Millionaires are created in many industries. Many industries create millionaires. But property and real estate is the actual one that just creates it. It helps. You don't have to be a millionaire. You literally can start with just a few $100s and start getting properties and getting income, large lump sums of cash and stable and consistent income. So really it's property. And I did not realize that. I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit about that, but it truly is the thing. So this isn't theory, it's about results. Okay. I need you to understand this is real closings, real checks, real transformation. All right. So this is really the point that I need you to understand though, because most people are living paycheck to paycheck, and I was. So you are exactly where you need to be if you're tired of, gosh, I need that money to come in, and you're really just wanting like this stable and consistent income. That is real estate. That is the things that I'm going to teach you today. If you want large lump sums of cash, okay, without taking a lot of risk, I'm not talking about big risk stuff here. I'm talking about large lump sums of cash where you only put in a couple $100 and you didn't take a lot of risk. You didn't have to risk your credit. You didn't have to do any of that. So again, you are exactly where you need to be. Okay. If you don't know that, I need you to know that. And I'm so happy that you are here with me. I am so happy that we are going through this. Because, like I said, I know you are ready. Like, come on, I'm going to be spilling the tea. I'm going to tell you everything. Literally, I love tea. Y'all know I love me some tea. So I'm going to be spilling all of it today. And, I'm going to give you 5 steps. That's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you like 5 steps that you can take today and you can immediately do it. Okay, so you're going to watch this, you're going to stay engaged, you're going to participate with me, and you're going to actually do things that can take you into some momentum, like can really get you to the next step. Okay, get you to build that foundation that everything stands on, where you're getting these large lump sums of cash and you're creating stable and consistent income. And these 5 steps are the foundation. Okay, again, someone taught me this. I want you guys to understand. Noelle Randall used to be broke, bankrupt, and living in her basement. Okay. And while I was in my basement, someone taught me a lot of these things that I'm going to teach you. And now in 2026, when you add like different apps that we have and different ways that you can type stuff up, I'm going to teach you all of that. It moves even faster. Okay. It moves even faster. It's not as difficult. And I did it and it wasn't that difficult. I just had to, but it's even easier now because of a lot of the technologies. Okay. A lot of the technologies that exist that didn't exist in 2009 when I started doing all of this stuff. Okay. So I need you to understand this is the thing. This is where you need to be. Okay. So let me get back to this. All right. But here's my promise, because I have a promise for you. My promise is simple. I want you to walk away saying that this was the best free class ever. Okay, that's my goal and that's my promise. I'm gonna make sure we're gonna be here. I done took my 5 hour energy, drank my coffee. I am hyped up because I have really like this is gonna be a longer class. Okay, this is not a YouTube video. It's not gonna be 5 or 10 minutes. That's why I said sit down, get comfortable, and let me tell you the real mechanisms that create wealth. Okay, and that create income. So I'm gonna tell you things that most people never even learn. Okay. I'm not going to tell you these surface strategies. I'm not going to give you motivational slogans. I'm going to give you the real mechanisms that generate real income. That is what I'm going to do. And that is my promise. So you got to open the door to real profit in real estate. That's really what it is. And you're going to discover some simple actions that you can take even while working a full-time job. Okay. Literally, I had a full-time job and did this stuff and was able to make 5 and 6 figures with a job. I quit the job. Now I'm able to make 7 figures with the same stuff. So you can do these exact same things. And you need to understand that it is not too late. I don't even want to hear that this is too late for me, or I'm too old, or I can't do it, because that's not. You're going to put that doubt to the side. And I know you have those doubts about, is it too late for me, or prices on real estate have gotten so high and all of these things. But there's so many different cycles, and we're currently in a great cycle right now for you. Okay, we are in a great cycle for you, because what I need you to understand is what I'm going to teach you is that the demand never ends. Okay, the demand for housing never ends. You cannot live in an app. There's no app that they create that we get to live in. There is no software that we no longer need housing. Okay. So the demand never disappears. So you always have these opportunities, and smart investors, we learn to recognize that rhythm and profit from it, because we know that people always need housing. Always. It's never going to end. All right. But success is not about timing the market. That's why I'm saying you're in the right place at the right time. But please know, year after year after year, you get to do these things, especially with this system that I'm going to teach you. Okay. In strong economies and in weak economies, disciplined investors, we still win. Okay. Because success is not about timing the market, it's about understanding the system. Okay. It's about understanding the system. And that's what I'm going to teach you. So let me just tell you real quick because people are like, okay, so how you know all of this? So, like I said, I became an investor in the worst situation ever. I was literally broke, bankrupt, and living in my parents' basement. Okay. At the end of 2008, I lost everything. And at the beginning of 2009, I'm living in my parents' basement. And in that time, I became an investor. I learned how to wholesale property. Some of the things I'm going to teach you today, like the exact, even better ways than I even learned then. And I just became an investor. And that was really what it is. But I really feel like I'm your friend, So I'm going to just tell you, hi, friend. Hi. So I started my business, FDR Horizon Enterprises LLC in 2014. Okay. Created many popular brands, real estate investments, made over $3 million dollars in less than 2 years. At one point, I had a portfolio of over 40 properties I got using these same systems that I'm teaching you here. Like I said, you could build your portfolio as many as you want. I have students that have gone beyond 40, 50 houses, 60 houses, and then I have some that stop at 12, 13. So it's really up to you. But I've negotiated over 200 deals and learned so much. But the key that I want you to understand is, like I said, I started from less than nothing, not just nothing. I was in the negative. I had bad credit. I had negative money. I was basically homeless. My parents gave me a home, so I won't say I'm homeless and eating out of trash cans and stuff that other people tell you. But I definitely was in a very, very bad situation and was enlightened by the fact that I could really do this and I could do it the right way. So I'm so excited when I'm like, okay, I did it and I want to teach people this because people started asking me for help. And it was fun to be able to start showing people these same things that I did and seeing their successes and seeing them get checks and, what we high-fiving each other. And I really think that's how we change our entire community. Okay, if I'm being honest with you. But I've been featured on Forbes magazine. I've been on Fox News Radio, Sirius XM, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Gold Star, Silver Star, all of that, Amazon bestseller. I'm in the two comma club over and over again, multiple times over, making millions of dollars. Again, and even relaunching a business, buying a defunct real estate company and turning it to an amazing property management company. Like that's one of the things I have done, in the past like 5 or 6 years, using all of this real estate information and now sharing it with other people and taking it to the next level. But here's the thing, I do have some formal education. Like I said, I was broke and living in my parents' basement. Well, guess what? They made me go to college. Okay, so I had to get my college degree, my bachelor's degree, while I was in my parents' basement. I only had 1 year to finish because I was a college dropout. But I went back, got my bachelor's degree from University of Connecticut. I also have a master's degree from Penn State in economic development. And then I have my MBA from Baylor. Okay, and I graduated in the top 10% of my class because I always felt like I wanted to be really good at business. But I'm going to be honest with you, none of those degrees, none of that education, not one single of one of those classes made me into a carefree millionaire. It is the real estate and following the system and then just growing it and just growing my portfolio and large lump sums of cash and reinvesting that cash and getting more properties and just keeping it going. Additionally, I've been able to transform my community in unbelievable ways, ways that you would not even believe. And I'm not talking about just by flipping the houses and making the houses beautiful. I'm talking about giving back. I'm talking about teaching others how to do it because that is really what it is about. So like instead of just showing you something, I want to teach you how to fish too. So you can be a great fisherman and have all of your meals and you can eat too. That is what Noelle is about. Because when I was broke and bankrupt, it was other people that taught me things. It was other people that gave me education that I could use to make money. So I want to do the same things for you. Okay, that is let me stop the share for a second and look and be honest with you. That is the thing that my legacy, my thing. I was like, when I get out of this situation, and if I figure this out, I promise you, I'm going to share this with other people. And so that's what I'm doing today. And I'm like, I had to remind myself of that commitment because a lot of times you get really successful, you have lots of money, lots of properties. You don't really want to make time for that. But I've committed to making time to teaching you these things so that more of us could do this. So more of us can quit jobs, more of us can have options, more of us can have properties, more of us can have large lump sums of cash and stable income stable and consistent income from our properties. More of us can have portfolios of real estate because when you're the owners, not the landlord, the landlord, not the tenant, it's a whole different ballpark, wealth wise, power wise. So I see that for us. Okay. I see that for us. And that is truly why I don't want to just teach you this. I'm giving you, that's why I said, go get that workbook, noelsfreeclass.com/workbook. Go get the free workbook because it has slides and it has information right there. Okay. Additionally, there's places for you to take notes, and I'm about to really get into this. So I want you to make sure you go get that workbook. Okay. I'm live right here. So go ahead and share this video out to other people. Go ahead and like this. Come on. We on YouTube. I need you to hit that like button right now. That really does help the algorithm. And go get your free workbook. Like I said, I'm giving back. And that's what I want you to do too when you get big. And when you get, you get your stuff, that we got to all, each one teach one. And we will change our entire community. I know it. That is the goal. So, like I said, I didn't begin wealthy. I began determined. And so that's what I'm looking for you to be. Just be determined. Just be like, yes, I can own a rental property. I could flip a house. I need you to, this is not rocket science. You can do this, okay? I didn't begin wealthy. I just built a business. And then I built hundreds and I closed hundreds of deals. And then I helped others rise with me. And that just builds. Again, if you do a deal and we partner, I got something out of that too. Even if I didn't get anything, you tell people, and now we're just growing and growing and growing. So that's the goal. But it's your time, okay? It's about your presence. It's about your legacy. It's about the people that you love most. Okay. I need you to understand that you got to do this not just for you. You got to do this for all of us. You got to do this for your family. You got to do this for your cousin. You got to do this for your kids. You got to do this for your dog. You got to do this for your mama. Like you really do. And so that we can get rid of the idea that we can't be owners, that we can't be rich, that we can't be wealthy, that we can't own real estate, that we can't be profitable. These are things, yes, we can be. Absolutely. Is it guaranteed? Are these get rich quick schemes? No, this is real estate. These are tangible assets that you're going to have to maintain. There are tenants and guests that's coming in that you're going to have to maintain, but it's not difficult. And the more successful you are at it, the better it gets. It just gets easier and easier over time. So I've already been recognized across so many major platforms for my real results, showing people really what I do, seeing the real property, seeing the real work that goes into it. And then years of studying, okay, and then execution with real world experience. So I studied it, I learned it, someone taught me these things, I did it. I tried certain things didn't work. I'm not going to teach you the stuff that didn't work. I'm just going to teach you the stuff that I did that did work, okay? And over time, those results grew into a consistent $1 million. Okay. So it's not just like one day I did this and then boom, $1 million. No, I just consistently 300,000, 500,000, 800,000, 1.2 million, 1.8 million. It just grows. But it takes determination. It takes you showing up today and getting that workbook and taking some notes. Okay. Like I need you to go to noelsfreeclass.com/workbook. And please go get your workbook, please. Okay. And go ahead and like this video so we get more people, get this out to more people. But real estate outperforms traditional wealth paths. So let me get into this. Okay. Because I need you to understand why real estate and some of the things that are going on that you've been taught. So real estate, of course, produces both active cash and long-term passive income. So what am I saying? So you can do active cash, things like fixing and flipping. You get that. That's a lot. You didn't keep the property. You fixed it up and you sold it and you got a large lump sum of cash. And then there's long-term passive things that you do, like having real estate and keeping the portfolio, putting tenants in them or Airbnb, and you just keep them and they're going up in value over time. So it is such an amazing thing that accelerates wealth beyond saving money. Okay, so savings alone isn't going to create a large lump sum of cash because if you just put the money in the bank, how you going to get a large lump sum of cash? So you really got to get smart with yourself. And I'm going to pull out a quick prop right here and tell you, you have to get in the habit. Let me stop my share for a second. You have to get in the habit of trading a smaller amount of money for larger amounts of money. That's really what the concept behind it is. Okay. I may fix and flip a house. Okay. Right. I bought it for a low price. I put some money into it and I want more. So that's what investing is. And that's what I'm going to teach you. But if you don't understand that concept, you're lost. So I taught you that. You know that now. You will trade smaller amounts of money for larger amounts of money. That's investing. That's what you're doing. That's how you get wealthy. That's the basis of it. Without, boring you to death, you got to know that. Okay. You have to know that and be in that spirit. Okay. So Myth number one about real estate, though, that I have to just completely get out of your mind is that you have to risk a lot to make a lot. Okay? That is a big myth. People think in order to get a lot of money, I had to risk a lot. I had to put up $100,000 in order to get $1 million. And that's not true. I have seen people put a very, very small amount in and get a much, much bigger amount than they put in. Okay. And like I said, when I got started, I was a working mom. I was a student and I lost my job and I would do little odd jobs. I couldn't afford to lose. I was a mess. There was no way that I could take big risks. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to teach you that. I'm not going to teach you that, oh, you got to get out there and go buy a rental property, save 20% and then get some tenants. Like, no. I was a working mom. I started with nothing, less than nothing. I could not afford to lose. So I'm not going to tell you to take big risks. And that is a myth that you need to take these big risks in order to make a lot of money in real estate. Not true. Not true. I have put $200 in and got $5,000 out. I have put $200 in and got $15,000 out. So don't think that you have to spend a lot or invest a lot to get a big return. Again, a smaller amount of money for a larger amount. That's just the concept. That's it. That's a simple concept and you get that. All right. So now let's talk about this one because this is a big one that I hear. And I know you're thinking it. You have to have money to make money, right? Come on, go ahead, hit me in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and stop for a second. You have to tell me you have not heard this. Tell me, I know you've heard this. Oh, you have to have a lot of money to make a lot of money. You got to have money to make money. Tell me, come on, put a one. I want to see the ones. Let me put one in the chat right now. Say, yeah, I heard that. Put the one. Yes, I heard that. Yes, I've heard that. That is a thing that people say. You have to have money to make money. You can't make money without having money. People really tell you that over and over again. You got to have money to make money. Is that true? Is that true in real estate? Do you have to have your savings? Do you have to have $100,000 saved in order to make money with real estate? Absolutely not. Because, like I told you, I didn't have no money. I didn't have a job. I didn't have an income. I moved into my parents' basement broke with, bad credit. I was a few months out of foreclosure when I started doing this. I didn't have ish. Okay. I'm not going to curse up in here because I don't, but I do curse, but I'm not gonna curse up on here because I don't do that. That's what I'm saying. I don't. I'm not saying I'm an angel who doesn't curse, but I'm saying I didn't have ish. You know that I did not have anything. So it wasn't I had money and then I was able to make more money. Oh no, baby, I had absolutely nothing. And I've helped so many people that have had almost nothing. You get what I'm saying? So I was a few months out of foreclosure. I had a bankruptcy. I had multiple foreclosures on my credit report. I was in the negative. I think one of my bank accounts, I just closed it because it was overdrawn. Like I was a mess when I got started. So please don't believe that. Just throw that right out. Okay? You're going to throw that out that I need money to make money. Mm-mm. And nobody said it had to be your money. Okay? No one said it had to be your money. When it comes to real estate, it is very easy for other people to put their money in, okay? Because it's the real estate. And then you can do something else to earn your money, okay? And I'll talk to you about that. I did legwork. I put some signs and some letters out, and then somebody else could put some money up, and I still got paid. So I'm going to teach you that, okay? But you got to get out of your mind, I need money to make money. Get rid of that one, okay? Another one. Oh, geez. And I'm gonna go through these pretty quickly because I got some really, really, but I got to get y'all out of these crazy things that other people have taught you. And I need you to understand that people say trying to learn real estate investing is complicated and you have to be very smart. Baby, I know y'all might see that. Noelle's kind of smart right now, but I was so dumb. Okay. Someone taught me these things. I was a dunce, like with a dunce cap on, cut cap on. I had learned stuff from TV and I had to unlearn all of that foolishness to actually get properties the right way. So my coach taught me all of these things. My coach taught me these things. I got a coach and he taught me. That's it. No, I was really smart. I got really good grades. I'm not showing y'all degrees and stuff like I didn't have all of that stuff then. And I was still able to pull in 60 grand with no properties I didn't even own. Okay? Stuff like that. My coach taught me all of it. All of it. Not my parents, not my mama, not my daddy, a coach, some random person. Just like Noel. So don't think that a stranger can't teach you great things because a stranger taught me great things. So What you need to understand is like right now, though, you have more opportunity than ever before to succeed in real estate. Okay. Let me tell you, over 100 years ago, right? Andrew Carnegie, he's obviously Scottish businessman and philanthropist. He said 90% of all millionaires became so through owning real estate. More money has been made in real estate than all industrial investments combined. The wise young man or wage earner of today invests his money in real estate. And I read that to you because there's one line in there I need you to really see. It says the wise young man because Andrew Carnegie lived over 100 years ago. So let me be clear with you. Okay, let me stop my share for a second and be clear with you. He was not talking to most people that look like me. He was not, he was talking to a particular thing, a particular person, okay? Because only certain people used to be able to own real estate. You know that. Certain people of color couldn't, certain women couldn't. Women couldn't even have real estate in their name. So that's what I'm saying. Today, those barriers don't exist. They're not saying and denying you just for this one thing. Oh, you're a woman. You can't get no house. You can't put real estate in your name. Or oh, you're a person of color. Oh, you can't do that. So he wasn't even talking to someone that looks like me. But today, it doesn't matter if he was talking to me or not. Today, that opportunity exists where I can do all of these amazing things, where I can own a whole portfolio of real estate. And there's no person that says, oh, no, you're not allowed to do that because of the color of your skin or your gender or your sexuality or where you were born. You don't need to be a US citizen. You don't need to be a certain race. You don't need to be a certain height, certain weight. You can do all of this as you are. But most of us don't think so. We think that we see Andrew Carnegie. Let me go back to this. We see his picture and we think, oh, these are the people that can own real estate. This man right here. That's what you're thinking. But no, Noel Randall owns lots of real estate, and so do many of the people that look like me, same gender, same races, all different people. Okay? So get that out of your mind because you have to understand that some of the things that you're doing right now, it's just not going to cut it. Okay? Let me be really clear with you. Retirement accounts, they are not enough. Okay, so you're putting away a little bit of money and saying, "Oh man, I'm gonna be a millionaire." You're not gonna. You most likely, statistically speaking, it's not going to be enough. Okay? Because you can't save or budget your way to rich. There's no, oh, I'm eating out of a Tupperware. I cut out my Starbucks and now I'm a multimillionaire. That's not how that works. You need to understand that. And all other investment strategies to real estate are inferior. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to see that. By the end of this class, you're going to understand why I'm saying any level, wherever you are, no matter what, you're going to want some real estate because real estate has the easiest and fastest returns. Absolutely. But the thing about it is, you have to be royalty. You have to like put your crown on and say that I am worthy to own real estate. I want a kingdom. I want a queendom. Because remember, what made people royalty? Let me stop for just a second. I'm gonna stop for just one quick second. Do you know what actually made people royalty back 100 years ago? They were the landowners, baby. So you get to just be royalty by owning land, by owning real estate. Before you had to be crowned and someone gave it to you, and only royalty could own real estate. But now you can own real estate and I can own real estate and we can be royalty. We can have our own kingdom, our own queendom. We don't have to be born into something. Y'all get that? So you got to get rid of some of these old ideas about what it looks like, but know that royalty came from people that owned real estate. Okay, I'm gonna be real clear with you. But it was like this secret society. Okay, and I get that. Okay, I really do get that. Because real estate, most people did not look like me. That I'm just saying like me. They did not look like me. But real estate has values have been increasing year over year. Okay, on average 4 to 5% every single year. So just by you owning real estate, doing absolutely nothing, just letting appreciation help you out, you are going to get 4 to 5% a year. But in Florida, where I moved to. Again, I'm from Connecticut, but I lived in Texas, I lived in Georgia, I lived in California. I'm in Florida because the homes here have been appreciating more rapidly. I started seeing like you gonna have a property, and with all of the buildup that they were doing, it was even more than 4 and 5%. And in the Disney area alone, it was more than 10% year over year in some areas. So I was like, wait a minute. I had some rental properties down here. I relocated to Florida because I was like, wow, this is a great area to own real estate. But I own real estate in other places, and I'm telling you as well. But you can have good real estate. You don't have to have a bunch of shacks, a bunch of crime-ridden, properties in crime-ridden zones and stuff like that. So real estate has many real estate investing has many no cost ways to get started. Okay. Therefore, the business is pretty easy to get into. It's pretty simple. The techniques can be implemented immediately. I'm not going to tell you stuff that you have to wait 3 or 4 years to implement. You can actually, the stuff that I'm telling you, when I say go to noelsfreeclass.com and get the workbook, those things in there, the things that you're going to take notes on and all the stuff that I'm telling you, you're going to be able to implement immediately. You don't have to wait. There's nobody that you have to wait for permission for, or a license that you need to get, or a permit that you need to get. You can do this right now. Real estate investors, we solve really big problems. And so it's a really level playing field. So even newbies can come into the business and start getting deals because they're solving really big problems. And I'll explain that in a minute. And that's how you make a lot of money. So you can really have a lifestyle like mine in terms of profits really easily. Okay. Like someone taught me, and I'm teaching you, and others have done the same. I have a life with a lot of freedom. I have a life that has a strong sense of calm. I have a portfolio of real estate investments that are diverse, stable, and create consistent profits. Okay. It allows me to work as little or as much as I want. There's years where I haven't worked at all, where I didn't write no books, I didn't do anything. I just let my real estate do its thing. And more importantly, I've been able to cherry pick which deals are good for me and which ones I'll monetize in a different way. So I can't teach you all of this, today in 1 hour. I'm gonna teach you a lot. I'm gonna give you as much as I can in this 1 hour that we have together, okay? And I've already spent some time doing this. So let me get into this. I want you to see some of my students too that have done some of this, because this guy right here, he is absolutely amazing. And I want you to see this. All right. Let me play this for you right quick, because this is his words.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gene Fresden. I'm 37 years old and currently live in Miami, Florida. I'm a husband, a father, and a promoter, as they say. I'm currently in the auto industry since 2013, and I typically or primarily work on sales. I would say in the first couple of years, it was fun. It's still fun right now, but as years went by, I felt the need to do something else. More of a entrepreneurship, something that I can build on top of my legacy and then pass on to my children. I'm a current student, currently 3 to 4 months, and I would say the challenges I faced when jumping into this was basically finding that right deal, or finding the deal that makes sense for me as far as doing my first fix and flip or fix and hold. The modules that Noel has, and it's really cut and dry, very easy to understand, and if you don't understand, I reached out to her and she could help me out with it. I've had about 3 to 4 contracts on paper, and during the course of working the deal, I would say, like, maybe for instance, one of them was a short sale and it just didn't pan out because of the appraisal. Another deal, client backed out of the deal after signing the contract, and then the third one just didn't make financial sense at all. I basically work for free after 3 to 4 months or 2 months. So I would say that's the biggest challenges, but at the same time, speaking with Noel, speaking with other people in the business, helped me make that decision so I don't lose. Noel Randall's mentorship program just touched me in a way where, again, she inspired me because I felt like we had a mutual connection as far as things that happen within our lives. When you're up, everything's all good. When you're down, you learn some things about yourself, and you learn what you can sustain and what you can overcome to empower yourself. The best thing I learned from Noel mentorship program is, I would say, starting my business and opening it properly. I opened up my business step by step, following her module, and I was able to obtain business credit within 90 days. I was able to establish a website. I have a virtual office. Those things, I know other people that's also been in the business, it took them months, years. I was able to do this within 90 days, and I was shocked. I would say my biggest accomplishment so far is getting to the knit and grit, actually looking for deals, meeting great people, networking at the same time, And also, I was able to get approved for not one but two business credit cards. One was for 25,000. That was with Bank of America, and then I had one from Chase, 20,000 credit limit. So that happened within a matter of 90 days. I was
Oops, sorry. So yes, so absolutely amazing. So I absolutely love because one of the things that you of course do is get money, and he was able to get that business credit, so he has money to do his deals. And then we have Trina. I wanted to show you Trina as well because like she's a strong woman of faith. So she was like, I am a Christian woman, and it was the best decision that I ever made. You know, it was actually only about 2 hours per day, and I've been able to close deals each month. She said the marketing strategies you outlined were cheap and easy to follow. I make a few phone calls and spend the rest of my day doing me. So, absolutely amazing. That's what I want you to understand. You don't have to work all day. This is not about you taking on and grinding this out. That's not what I'm teaching you here. I'm going to teach you cheap and simple things to do to get deals, okay? And then I wanted to show you Nikki because Nikki was absolutely amazing. I remember Nikki because she had kids at the time and she went from making like literally what she worked. She said, I went from working to wealthy. She said, my income went from 42,000 to $311,000 in less than a year, thanks to your class. Like she basically came to a class and she became a real estate investor. She says it's one of the best decisions she ever made. But one of the things that I loved about Nikki is she had young kids. And so she said, I only have between 9 a.m and 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. each day, because that's when my kids are at school. So I got only 4 hours to get stuff done. And I was like, yes, I have been there. And you don't need more than 4 hours a day. Think about that. That's actually 20 hours a week. Okay. 4 hours, 5 days a week. Or if you take it 7 days a week, 4 times 7, that's 28. So again, not even a full-time job to make $311,000 per year. Pretty amazing. I even had a student that lost her job and made $18,000 on her first deal. So just know that this is things that you can do. These are not just extraordinary people, these are ordinary people. Okay. So this is the moment when you stop watching other people and you step into your own authority. You say, you know what? I want to make Noah one of those videos. I want to be one of these. I want to be a success. I want to show off to people that I was able to do it too and inspire others. Be an inspiration. So last time, like I said, because I'm about to give you this blueprint and it's inside the workbook, go to noelsfreeclass.com/workbook. Please go get your free workbook. It has this in it, okay? It has my real estate investing blueprint, okay? I'm giving you 3 simple steps, okay? And let me break them down for you. And this is actually inside the workbook. So noelsfreeclass.com/workbook. Okay, go there and get this so you can actually have a copy of the real estate investing blueprint. So it is very simple. Okay, again, this is what my coach taught me. I still do this to this day. Market, convert, solve. So it's actually very simple. And most of your time is actually going to be spent marketing to people that are having property problems. And I'm going to get into that in a second and give you some details on where to find these people and what to say to them, stuff like that. So marketing to find people that are behind on mortgage payments, marketing to find people that are losing their house to foreclosure, marketing to people that are going through a divorce, marketing to people that are in probate. Oh my gosh, I've gotten some of the loveliest properties with some of the biggest profits by doing probate and just sending some letters to people in probate. So that's most of what you're going to do. And again, I spent $200 when I first got my first deal. I spent $200 and it turned into a $5,000 check. Okay. $200 worth of marketing led to one wholesaling check worth $5,000. So it's marketing is where you spend most of your money, time, and effort. Then you convert. That's just talking to the sellers, negotiating with them, how much they want for their property, things like that. And then solve. Solve is where you make your money. Okay. And the full blueprint is inside of that workbook. Okay. The full one with all of the different bullet points on different ways to find all of these people. So go to noelsfreeclass.com/workbook and get that workbook. Because like I said, there's resources. Go get your resources. All right. These are free resources that I put together absolutely there for you. You don't have to buy anything in order to get that workbook. It is absolutely free. And I want you to have that full blueprint because it goes into more detail. Okay. And you have it and you can just take action on it. And then there's the hero blueprint, where I realize I can help, empathize, relate, and offer to people. Okay. And the blueprint is how I really got to making money with fixing and flipping. Okay, like I said, fixing and flipping is an amazing way to trade a smaller amount of money for a much larger amount of money. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, and I'm gonna explain this is what you're gonna do. So, of course, flipping houses is all about buying low, right? You get that. I didn't get that. That's how I ended up in my parents' basement. And once my coach taught me, I was like, oh. You have to buy the properties really cheap. You have to buy them low. So you got to forget about countertops and granite countertops and stainless steel appliances and tile flooring or laminate flooring. Stop thinking about the before and after pictures. Stop. Forget about that for now. It's about finding people that are in distress. Because once you find people in distress, you don't even have to flip the property if you don't want to. You don't have to renovate it. You could just wholesale the property if you want to. But you got to stop thinking of the before and after. You got to stop. You got to remember though, flipping is an active real estate strategy. So you're actively doing stuff. So when we say fixing and flipping, it's the renovation that you're going where you're making all your money. We call that forced appreciation. You get that, right? Because you are forcing the value to go up by simply renovating the property. So property and real estate will naturally go up in value over time, but when you fix and flip, you are forcing that appreciation. You are taking that property from 200,000 to 300,000 by putting in 20,000. You get that, stuff like that. So active strategies, they equal those large lump sums of cash. Those are your big paydays. This is why everybody loves fixing and flipping. That's why we love watching the shows, because we know that the average profit on a fix and flip is $65,000. But you got to understand, it starts with buying the properties for wholesale prices. Okay, you got to find properties below market value. If you want to be successful in fixing and flipping, don't worry about what countertops and stainless steel appliances. Worry about finding, all you have to do is find properties that are below market value. So if the property is worth 200,000, you found it for 150 or 100. You get that. And I'm going to talk to you more about that and even give you the formula because I want you to have all of this, okay? So, like I said, for everybody, we love flipping. We love fixing flipping because those are our big paydays, right? All right. So, let me give you some pro secrets because, like I said, you have to find homes and buy homes at wholesale prices. That's how I ended up in my parents' basement. I was going out paying retail prices for property. I was going around with a real estate agent, a realtor, and we would find properties that said, fix and flip or fixer upper. That's what I thought. I thought you find a real estate agent and you find a fixer upper, and that's how you fix and flip. Oh, no. No, 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 no. That is not how you do it. And they don't show that on TV. What it is you find houses for wholesale prices. So you buy low, right? You renovate the property and you sell high. Pretty simple. That's the whole concept of fixing and flipping. Buy low, fix it up, sell high. You get that. So, wholesale versus retail, because most people don't actually understand this, and I need you to understand. Retail properties are properties that you find in the MLS, multiple listing services. That means they are already listed with a real estate agent. That means a person raised their hand and said, I want to sell my house. Well, they have a real estate agent. There's commissions built into that price. There are and all kinds of stuff. They think you might ask for stuff, so they raise the price up. It's a retail price. But you, as a real estate investor, if you want to make millions and lots of money and large lump sums of cash and stable and consistent income and profits, you want to stay away from retail. Okay. We in the business, and I mean this so lovingly, we call MLS, multiple listing services. We say we're dummies go to bid on who's going to pay the highest amount for the house. Because really and truly, that's what it is. That's where everybody goes and says, whoever pays the most gets the house, right? Isn't that how that works in the retail market? Whoever pays the most gets the house. Well, that's not what you're going for. That's not what you're going for. Real estate investors, we are not retail buyers, not in the slightest. Real estate agents, we're not real estate agents either. If I'm a real estate investor, I am not a real estate agent. I am trying to make profits off of this property. I'm not looking to sell you, drive you around in my car. So we buy properties at wholesale prices as real estate investors and we sell them at retail prices. You get it? So we buy wholesale, just like Walmart, we've got buy it wholesale and we sell it retail. And that's how you make the money. That's how you make all that money. So we use real estate agents to sell our houses, not to help us buy them. Okay. So now that you understand that you will not be going around with a real estate agent to become a real estate investor, you're going to find wholesale deals. And this is where people kind of get scared because no, I want to fix and flip or I want rental properties. No, this works for everything. When you find properties at wholesale prices, not retail prices, this is how you win. And how you win and find these wholesale deals is so simple. It's so simple. Go ahead and take a minute and like this video because I'm about to break something down for you immediately. I need you to like it. Everybody that's in here, come on, we got a lot of people in here. I need you to like it. The more likes we get, you can also hype it up. You know, YouTube has this new thing where you like it and then you hype it. So then it goes to even more people so more people can really get this because I need more of us to understand this. I really do. I have done really well with this, but I started from nothing. So I want to make sure more people that are starting from nothing get to something. Okay. And let's help as many people as we can. Let's help as many people as we can. So like it and hype it so we can help as many people as we can. So let's talk about these property problems. Okay. I'm just giving you a small list. I have even a larger list, but I'm giving you just a small list of how you will find properties at wholesale prices. Pre-foreclosure is going to be an amazing niche for you. So not people that are in foreclosure. Remember, I see it says pre-foreclosure hyphen foreclosure. Okay, because pre-foreclosure is a person that has gotten a notice of default, somebody that is late on their mortgage payments, but the bank hasn't taken the property back yet. Once the bank takes the property back, that's a foreclosure. So pre-foreclosures is where I went to town. I made so much money on pre-foreclosures and probate that and divorce. The next one, bankruptcy is what divorce, not so much a bankruptcy. Bankruptcy, I wish somebody would have called me when I was in bankruptcy and did some of the stuff that I'm teaching y'all. But bankruptcy is an amazing thing. And again, this is public records. So a lot of times in bankruptcy, they can't keep the house. They're not allowed to. The trustee said no. So that's how you can get properties for pennies on the dollars. And again, these are in public records. This is all free information. Divorce, okay? Divorce, I absolutely love divorce. I don't mean I love divorce, but I love it as a niche for real estate because a lot of times people have a big problem when they're getting divorced. There was two people paying that mortgage and now it's about to be one. That's just how that works. Okay, that's just what divorce means. And so when you find these properties that people in divorce, a lot of times even divorce attorneys were bringing me deals, they had that property that they could not keep. One person couldn't pay for it without the other. All right. So that's an amazing one. Property code violations. Look right there. You see that fourth one, property code violations. I absolutely love this. So that means if they are getting letters from the county that they got cars in the driveway and the tarp gotta come off the roof, they are having a lot of financial issues. So a lot of times when you get property code violations, that's an amazing niche. And again, public records. You can go right to the county and see which properties have gotten these code violations and send them a letter. Send them a postcard, send them put a door hanger on their door, immediately getting deals. Phone is ringing. Okay. Landlord list. You literally can get a list of landlords because again, a landlord doesn't live in the property. So that means the mail goes somewhere else. Okay. The tax bill goes to a different address. So that's public records. And landlords, especially in this year that we are in, most landlords are aging out. Okay, they are aging out and looking for people. What I love about landlords, especially if you get a list of them, they usually own more than one property. I've been able to get bulk deals from landlords where they have 5 or 6 properties, and maybe I keep one of them, maybe I fix and flip one of them, and then I wholesale the rest of them. Okay, so I have like one person, I do a one deal with one guy, and I got 6 different deals that I can make money off of. So I love landlord lists. Okay, expired listings. Look, that is another one. Okay, raise your hand. I absolutely love expired listings because that means they already raised their hand and said that they want to sell their house and it didn't sell. So guess what that means? By the time you call them, they're even more desperate. And that's how I've been able to get a lot of subject to deals, a lot of taking over payments deals, a lot of partners with the sellers. I'll talk to you about that when I'll partner with the seller. Like, let's renovate this property. You add me to the title and then we'll sell it together and split the profits. Expired listings because now they're desperate. But the fun thing is they already raised their hand and told you that they want to sell and it didn't sell. So it's perfect. And again, free. This is free. I'm giving you free ways on getting these deals. Craigslist is still free. Okay. And you can filter out the brokers when you're searching on Craigslist. That's why I absolutely love it. You can find free deals on Craigslist and talk directly to the seller. Hey, how much are you looking? Can I come by and see the property? And you're talking directly to the seller. No middleman, no agent, no broker, just you and the seller. Now you get to wheel and deal, okay? And I've been able to do so many deals, and my students, we absolutely love Craigslist. It still works, okay? FISBOs. FISBOs are for sale by owners. So if you look right there at the top, it says FISBO because that's what we call for sale by owners. And why I love for sale by owners is because they don't want to use a real estate agent. And in many cases, there is some reason why. Maybe they don't have enough equity. Maybe they don't want to pay any real estate commissions. Perfect things for a real estate investor. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Okay. Tax lates. Oh my gosh. I could go on and on about tax certificates, tax lien investing. That is an amazing niche in real estate. Okay. Because in many cases, even if you don't get the property, you end up with guaranteed interest. Okay, I can teach you that. That is amazing. And in many cases, you could get a property at a tax sale for 50,000 and it's worth 200,000. That's crazy. And use a line of credit. Okay, so anyway, I use off of a cash advance off a business credit card, like tax lates. You can really get some really inexpensive properties there. Okay, probate. Look where I said under tax late, where it says probate. I absolutely love probate. Why? Why do I love probate? Let me stop here for a second because I got to tell y'all this. I have made some of the most money fixing and flipping probate properties because most of the time with probate, the property is really nice. Because again, what does probate mean? That means someone died, right? And the property is, in probate, who's going to get it? And in most cases, they kids don't want that house. But in many cases, they're really nice houses. Old people have nice houses with good bones. Now, it may not have the latest stainless steel appliances and countertops and stuff like that. So it's usually a great fix and flip. And I've made over six figures flipping houses from probate. Okay, one house literally made over like literally so much money because the property was perfect. It's in a great neighborhood, really nice. I mean, I think the house was worth like four something. And again, this was like 8 years ago. It was worth like nearly $500,000. Okay, once it was all fixed up, just because of the neighborhood that was in. So I love probate because you often get really nice properties. Okay, let me get back to this. So probate, absolutely amazing. And again, take a picture, write this down. Section 8 landlord list. I absolutely love Section 8 landlords. Why? Because in many cases, they'll have more than one property and they'll just want to get rid of them after like a year. And you don't have to keep them as Section 8 properties if you don't want to. Okay. But a lot of times, great, they already have the landlord, the Section 8 tenant in there. So as soon as you close, that's money you're getting immediately from the government. And then when their lease ends, you can just end that lease and now you have a great property. Okay, so it is amazing. Door knocking, of course, you could just go put flyers on doors. Same thing like driving for dollars, finding vacant, abandoned, and dilapidated properties. These are amazing ways to find deals for free. Okay, absolutely free. Everything I just named you on the list, you can find in county records for free. This is how Noel Randall started. And this is how you will get properties for pennies on the dollar. Because again, the person is having a property problem. The property is not the problem, but they're having a property problem. So I know your next question. I know y'all like, oh my gosh, yes, Noel. And I see people in the chat. Yes, put a one in the chat. Please put a one in the chat if you can hear me and you're really starting to see, like, wow, okay, I get it. So I know this is your next question. How do I plan on getting deals? Well, let me keep going and telling you some of these secrets, okay? Because the biggest secret that you need to know is the formula. This is really important, like how much you should be paying for properties because you don't want to overpay. So you need to know what your max cash offer is. And when it comes to wholesaling, simply just wholesaling, meaning you are not going to fix and flip it. You don't plan on putting a tenant in it. You're not doing BRRRR. You're not going to buy and then renovate it and then rent it out and then refinance. That's a very popular thing. But I'm talking about just, I got a contract. Somebody was behind on the mortgage payment. I got the contract. I did, and or assigns and I assigned it to an investor for a fee. Simple. But this is the formula that you use, okay? Max cash offer. So it's 70% of after repair values minus the repairs. Okay. So let me break that down for you so you understand. Because I need you to understand and love this because I did so many of these deals that I got out of my parents' basement. So I want, if you're in the parents' basement, this will help you. Okay. So seller calls the house. This is just an example on how you make the offer. Okay. It's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, for example. Let's say you look in the neighborhood, you do what's called a comparable market analysis, a CMA, and you see that 3 bedrooms, 1 baths are selling for $100,000. Okay. I'm just using round numbers. All right. And the house needs $18,000. Okay, needs a new roof. Most of the roof is caved in, and you need almost a whole new roof. That's a lot. Okay, so your max cash offer would be what? Let me tell you, your max cash offer in this scenario would be $52,000. Okay, so 70% of $100,000, so 70% of the after repair value, that is 70,000. Then you minus out the repairs, that's 18,000, and then 52,000. That is the max that you will offer if you plan on wholesaling that property. That way you can at least make $5,000 and flip that to someone else. Okay, and you might even go a little bit lower if you wanted a bigger fee. All right. So it's really just that simple. But I need you to also understand this. Real estate investors are cash buyers. So when you put that contract in, you just say you're a cash buyer. No matter what, I'm a cash buyer. Why? Because you're not going to go get an FHA loan. You're going to use other people's money. You're going to use a hard money loan. You're going to use private money. You're going to partner. We're going to do a joint venture together. Maybe you're going to use some retirement account money, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, hedge funds. Real estate investors, they use other people's money and they partner, they partner, they partner. They partner. Okay. My first fix and flip the correct way, the correct way, not out of my parents' basement where I actually made some good money. I found the property and I partnered with my coach. Okay, so I had got a coach and he taught me wholesale and put the door hangers on. I found the property. He helped me with the number. He financed the deal and he gave me 30%. And that came out to be $17,000. Okay, so not bad for 2 hours worth of work, right? Would you like to get $17,000 for 2 hours worth of work? I'm pretty sure you would. Okay. And that was what it was. I partnered with my coach and he got a value because we're just all of his students. He's teaching us this and we're just bringing in properties and he's just fixing and flipping them and giving us a cut. And his cut, of course, is way bigger than ours. Like I said, if he give me 30%, that's 17,000. You already know what he got. Okay. So that's how awesome this is. So the pro secret that you need to know is just go get a deal. Okay. Don't think that you have to wait. What did I say? This is not about waiting for the perfect time or waiting till you learn every single thing or waiting till you have all the money, right? It's not about that. You can implement these things right now. Right now. Let me show you. Let me tell you. Let me show you and let me tell you both parts. Okay. It is an open market. You can start today and compete with seasoned investors. You can compete with Noel Randall. It's a level playing field. Whoever finds the person first with the problem usually is the person that wins the deal, unless that first person can't close the deal. And that's why one trick ponies, people that can only do wholesaling or they don't have a network of people that they're surrounded with, they're usually not the winners. But it is an open market, very open. All right. And you can start today and go after these people. And let me tell you how. Because like I said, I'm gonna give it all to you. I promise. I said, get your workbook and I'm going to give all of it to you. And that's my promise. So let me tell you how you can do some low cost marketing. Things that I did, like I said, spending less than $500. That's what I told you. This is a masterclass on how to you do this with less than $500. So let me tell you. Number one, bandit signs. Okay. So what are bandit signs? Bandit signs are those signs that say, we buy houses. Have you seen them? I know you've seen them coming out of Walmart or coming out of thing. We call them bandit signs because they're not so you're not supposed to put them out. But real estate investors, we love putting out bandit signs because people call them. Okay. So when you say, I'm buying houses, somebody, and you say, no real estate commissions, we buy ugly houses, you don't have to fix the house up, things like that. That's perfect. Those are the people that's going to call you. Your phone is going to ring. Okay. You can create a free website. Literally, I would create a website and just drive traffic to it. And I would give out things like how to sell your property when you're behind on the mortgage payments, how to avoid foreclosure, how to sell your house to an investor, how to sell your house without a real estate agent. I would just put out free articles that would send them to my free website. And now my phone is just ringing, deals coming in. Okay. Like I said, you can put ads on Craigslist. I told you before, you could go find people like, for sale by owner people that have already put an ad on Craigslist and said, hey, I want to sell my home myself. Or you could put your own ad and say, I'm buying houses, and people will call you up. Okay, you can advertise on social media absolutely free, doesn't cost you a thing. You can drive for dollars and I literally would push a cart and put, not a cart, sorry, a stroller and put door hangers on the doors. Okay. And it would just say something simple, door hangers, really simple. That's right there, door hangers. You see that? Look, 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 right at the top on the thing. It says door hangers. Door hangers are amazing. All it says is we're buying homes in the area for cash. Call for a free cash offer. That's it. And people will call. Why would someone want a cash offer on their property? They're ready to sell it. And those are deals that you can do and get for free. Business cards. Go to Walmart and just hand out your business card. I buy houses. I buy houses. I wear my I buy houses shirt. Okay? You can get bird dogs. People that will literally go out and find properties for you. And then when they bring you a deal, you pay them. We call those bird dogs. Okay, they're not wholesalers because they didn't put the property under contract. They just hook you to the person. They don't want to go through all the legwork of writing the contract up, you know. So they'll find properties for you. Real estate investor meetings, like the RIAs, okay? Real estate investor association meetings. You can find them on Meetup. You can find them on Eventbrite. I would go to real estate investor meetings and sell my deals right there. Or people would have deals and say, "Hey, help me find a buyer for this, and I'll split it with you." Okay, okay. And I would get 2,500 instead of 5,000 because I found the buyer and they had already got the property under contract. That's co-wholesaling. I didn't even have to do all of it. Okay? Just checks coming in, large lump sums of cash from really low cost marketing. So you don't have to spend a lot to make a lot. This is what I was saying. You do not have to spend a lot to make a lot. You can spend just a little. All right. So now that you kind of understand, and then I'm gonna give you another one I put inside of the workbook. Again, go to noelsfreeclass.com and get the workbook. There is a link in there. If you find a property, you can advertise it for free on sites. I give you that where you can just, you found the deal, now you market it for free to other people that are looking for fix and flips. So it's not even something that requires a lot. So this is how you go from zero to shero. This is how I did that, where I put on my cape. And I was like, oh snap, I'm making some money. And I want you to do those same things. But here's all you need to remember, okay? Because again, we've been here an hour and I got more to go. So stay with me. Stay with me. Come on. Let me see you give me some likes. Because I need you to give me some likes. Go ahead, let's hype this video up and get this out to as many people as possible. Okay? So here's what you need to remember because you're new. And so here's what you got to understand. You're always going to say, I'm a cash buyer, even if you're getting a hard money loan, even if you're using your 401k, even if you're partnering with someone, even if you're like, it doesn't matter. Even if I'm using a line of credit, I'm a cash buyer. Just say that. Okay. So you're a cash buyer. You know that. You also know the formula. I taught you that. Okay. You have the formula. You know what your max cash offer is for wholesaling. Okay. You also know how to find a deal now. I taught you how to find a deal. You absolutely know how to find a deal. You know how to do the marketing, and you can take that deal to an investor or partner. Okay. So you can wholesale the contract. You don't even have to keep it. Literally, I would love for y'all to bring me deals that y'all have the contract on and I'll pay you for them. Seriously. And there's other people like me. This is not just Noel. Okay. We would love a property, especially seasoned investors that do fix and flips. Okay. And I have a whole fund. So I'm looking for people to bring me properties. Okay. I'm looking for wholesale. I'm happy to write you a check and get those deals. And I just do the renovation and I don't have to go search them out. So, pro secret number 5, you have to understand this. This is a big secret. Real estate investors work to their skill and partner to their weakness. Okay. So you have a skill, but you don't want to do the skill. You don't want to partner with someone that their weakness is your weakness. So when you control the contract, you control the opportunity and the profit begins. You really have to understand that. Like all you have to do is get the property under contract. All you have to do is get a deal and you can turn that into money. And that piece of paper that you didn't even spend any money to get except marketing to that person, you can turn that into a really big opportunity and a really big profit. Okay. So it's knowledge and speed that protect you. Okay. It's really those things. So you want to just go out and start doing these things and finding a deal. And then the money will come, the partnerships will come. People will want to partner with you because you have deals. You've already started doing the work. So investors and credit challenge buyers, they actually could create consistent exit paths. Okay, so people with bad credit, for example, they will continually create more opportunities for real estate investors. People that are behind on their mortgage payment, people that have lost their jobs, people that are going through divorces and bankruptcies. Those are consistent paths for a real estate entrepreneur to just keep making money. And these things are not going away. That's why I said now is the time to learn this, because you will be able to do this year after year after year. Okay. But most people, they actually avoid problems. But we, as a real estate investor, that's how we get paid. I solve big problems. Oh, you're behind on your mortgage. Oh, you're going through a divorce. Oh, you're going through a bankruptcy. Oh, the roof is collapsing. Like the more you do, the more money you'll make. So, but let me tell you something, because like I said, you need to partner with someone else that's stronger. So if you have no money, for example, you want to partner with someone that does have some. So here's the thing. If you have time, like Noah Well started, I had time, but no money, you could easily go door knocking for a free deal. Like I said, you can go put some flyers out. You can put some postcards out. Really simple. Doesn't even cost hardly anything. Okay? If you have money, you're working a job and you make decent money, but you don't have any time, you get to partner with a seasoned investor. Okay, you can partner with a seasoned investor. You can actually invest your money with them. Y'all can flip a house together, or y'all can wholesale together because you have some money to invest, and you can give them the money to spend on marketing. But the one thing I want you to understand is if you are the newbie investor with time and you are another newbie investor that has money, that does not mix. That is not a good equation. So, two new people that have no idea what they're doing, that does not work. That is a disaster. Somebody has to be, the seasoned person. And seasoned investors, okay, I'm giving you this, are very easy to find. They're at all of the real estate investor meetings. We're constantly looking for deals. And like I said, wink wink, you already know one. Okay, I am looking for deals. I would love for you to go find people with property problems, get them under contract, and I will pay you. Okay, and I have tons of investors, tons, actors, doctors, lawyers who are looking for you to bring us deals. So finding buyers for your deal is very easy. Okay, let me tell you that. Don't think that, oh man, wait a minute, I don't have that. No, same thing. Craigslist, Meetup, real estate investor association meetings, okay? Especially local ones in your area. Okay, credit repair companies, they are amazing. Okay, most of the owners of credit repair companies have lots of leads too, of people with bad credit and are losing their house, or there is too much house for them at this time. So that's deals for you. So finding buyers are super easy. Bandit signs, like I said, you get to call them. If you call who's on the bandit sign, that's just a buyer, because they put that sign out looking for deals. And if you call that's you're talking to a wholesaler, right? Okay. Ghost listings. Okay, but literally where you put a listing out and you don't necessarily have the property. And for example, you may say, you don't have a 3 bedroom, 2 bath for $150,000. And those people are calling you because you say if you want to fix and flip. So that's a ghost listing that gets you buyers, and they'll raise their hand. Yeah, I'm looking for some properties to fix and flip. Any deals you have, bring them to me. Lots of tons of investors. We are looking for people that would just bring us deals, and we find people bring us deals all the time. Most people just don't do it consistently. They get one or two deals, they get $5,000, $10,000, and then they just quit or stop. But it's tons of money if you just keep going. Because again, wholesaling is where you start, but you want to get to fixing and flipping, and then you want to get to owning rental properties and more and more. You can actually even have a website. You can create a website that brings you in buyers. Hey, I have properties for sale. I deal with people with bad credit. We do seller financing here. So many people are looking for the properties that you have to wholesale. And then an amazing way to find buyers is divorce and bankruptcy attorneys. Right? What did I tell you? They actually have tons of clients that if it's a divorce, it was two people paying and now it's one. You get that, right? So they could tell you about properties where, hey, this couple has a property, probably not going to make it out. And instead of even calling a real estate agent, they'll call you as the real estate investor first, right? Same thing with bankruptcy. A lot of times they'll file in bankruptcy, they can't keep the house. The house is fine. Maybe it may need some paint or some new carpet, but it's fine. The house is actually in good condition, but the bankruptcy trustee says they can't keep it. So it's an amazing way to get deals at really that you can make a lot of money on. Okay. So you got to just be a problem seeker and realize that problems are good. Okay. I fell in love with people's property problems because I realized the more problems they had and the more people were coming to me with property problems, I was just getting richer and richer, because I could do different things with the deals. I could wholesale some of them. I could fix and flip some of them. I could make some of them rental properties. I could partner with other people. I could give them to my students. I like all so many different things. I have investors that are executives and they have all of this money and they want to invest and they want rental properties. And if you're getting properties for pennies on the dollar, that's a great investment for a doctor or a lawyer. You get what I'm saying? But most investors, they don't know how to find deals. That's their biggest problem. Okay. So most investors, we get started and you spend too much time trying. And so you're looking in the wrong places. And then when you finally get somebody on the phone, you're saying the wrong thing. And that's usually what discourages people where they can't get to that next level. So, I've been over here, gosh, we're at over an hour. And I told you I was gonna give y'all a lot. Everybody's like, yes, Noel, you gave it to me. Yes, I told you. So I want you to go further. Like I said, I'm here on a live stream on YouTube, and I taught you as much as I could here because I can't really interact with you on YouTube and in this free class, but I wanted to give you all of this. So you have all of this information. You know how to find deals, you know where to find them. But if you want to go further and actually understand how to start a successful flip, how to do the renovation and all those other things, let's talk about that. Now, what do you need to do? Now what? Okay, Noelle told me how to find property. She told me some low cost marketing. She told me what to say. She told me how to do the contract. Kinda. I don't have time for that. So here's what you do need. You need the full marketing strategy. You need your complete marketing strategy. Like, what's for you? What are you going to do? Are you going to pick bankruptcy? Are you going to pick divorce? Are you going to pick, like, which one are you going to do? You need your complete marketing strategy. Okay. You need to know how to make offers. This is 1 hour class. I don't have time to go into offers and how you write the contract and what you say to them and how you protect yourself, how you don't put any money and you write that in there, like how to do that, how to convert sellers quickly. Most of you guys don't know what to say to sellers. What should you be saying? What shouldn't you be saying? Completing the contract. You have no idea what to write, what not to write, and where to get the contract. So I want to have some time with you and go over some of that stuff. You need to know your project budgets because you can make so much money on a fix and flip. Fixing and flipping is very profitable, and it is actually really underrepresented right now. So many people were doing fix and flips and they've moved on to other things because a lot of us you progress. Now you got hotels and strip malls and stuff like that, so it's a really big need for more people to be doing some fix and flips, and you might want that $65,000 check. Okay, again, on average, that's what the average fix and flip is. Sometimes it's even more, sometimes it's less, but you got to know how to make a project, how to have it renovated, how to get the budget. You need to know how to hire the contractors, what to say, what not to say. You need the contracts to hire them. Okay. How to create the business entity so that you can finance the deal without using your money. I was really clear. I don't want you to use your savings. You should not use your savings. You should get business credit and set the business up, and then they will give you the money to do all of this so you can reduce your risk. What did I say? This is not about taking big risks. So you need to know all of these things on this list, okay? And it's a lot, and I don't have time in this 1 hour class, but I gave you as much as I could. I gave a lot. So I want you to just kind of imagine though that you could do this. You gotta start to be able to see yourself and imagine that you can do this. Imagine that you know how to obtain the perfect properties to flip. Okay, just imagine that. Like, what would that be like if you knew which properties to flip and how to find the perfect properties to flip, how to analyze deals like a pro? Like, you don't even need any help. You know how to analyze. You know how much money you're gonna make. You know how to, to get that budget done with a small budget and make a large amount of money. You know how to trade this for that. And you're not going over crazy on your budget like they do on those silly TV shows. You know how to create efficient projects. Because when you can fix and flip, baby, the sky is the limit. I know people that fix and flip and easily $300,000 a year, doing maybe 4 to 6 flips a year, not even killing themselves, okay? And you need to discover a system for setting up a successful business, a business that's fundable, a business that can keep getting funding over and over again without having to use your savings. And I want to teach you some advanced techniques for maximizing profits. So many times you don't know how to maximize the profit. You may be looking at the deal and you see 50,000, and a seasoned experienced person like myself, I see 85,000. I see 90,000. But I got to be able to teach you that. So you want those advanced techniques for maximizing profits. You want that. So it's a very simple solution that I have for you. Okay. Very, very simple. Okay. Just give me more time. Okay. Give me a one full day to teach you all of this. Give me a chance where instead of being on YouTube, we can go onto a different platform so I can really tell you stuff. There's certain things I can't say here on YouTube. And so you can get the full real estate investing workshop valued at $997. I'm going to give you a free wholesaling kit, the whole kit with the contracts, the scripts, the templates, all of that. That's valued at $297. I'm going to give you access to funding through our strategic partners, okay? And I'm gonna give you 12 months of customer support. And you also get a free replay of this whole class, okay? So it's a Grow Your Wealth Bootcamp. It is 7 hours. I need more time. Of course, we'll take breaks, but I need more than an hour to teach you all of this. But I promise you, in one day, $4,082 worth of value. Usually I can do it for $297, but you've been with me here today. I'm going to say only $97, like one full day. Give me one full day off of the YouTube platform where I can interact, where we can chat, where you can share screen, a full class where I can teach you how to do all of it. Okay. Then that's not even it. Okay, so like I said, it's only $97, a very, very small investment. I'm not asking you for a lot. I want to help as many people as I can in 2026. Okay, so you get your tickets at growyourwealthbootcamp.com, but there is more. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to find the best deals. Not just how to find a deal. I'm going to teach you how to find the best ones, how you can cherry pick the deals with the most profit and then still maximize the other leads or throw them away, whatever you want to do. I'm going to teach you creative ways to fund any deal that you find. Like I said, this is going to be an all day class. So now I can break down just the funding and what you say and what you don't say and what you say when you get the deal. And then I'm going to teach you how to master the art of fixing for a profit. Okay, this is not fixing and flipping for a TV show. This is so you can make the most money that you can fixing and flipping real estate with the full strategy provided. Because, like I said, give me more time. Okay, give me a full day. The Grow Your Wealth Boot Camp will be a full day. And then there's all the documents, the templates, and the forms. Okay, I will give you all of that. I can't do that here on YouTube, but if I could teach you, hey, this is the form, this is what you say, this is how you fill it out. So I'm also going to give you a fast action bonus. Okay, if you take me up on this really inexpensive, really, really low investment that I'm asking you to make for this boot camp, I'm going to do something special. Okay, I'm going to actually give you another class. Okay, I'm going to give you a power hour after the boot camp. You're going to have an ultimate business workshop. Okay, a whole nother hour. So it's really 8 hours that I need to just give you all of this. So it's not like I'm asking you to give me 7 months or 12 months. I'm saying just give me one full day essentially. And then there's also going to be a bonus Q&A session. So you can ask your questions, we can chat with you, we can go back and forth, and then we're going to have a contract and an offer breakdown session so that we can kind of role play. You know what to say, you know what not to say, all of that. Okay, so that's a value of $2,291. Usually I do it for $14.97 for this one class, but today only, if you take me up, because again, I'm gonna take this down, just so you know. This free class is not gonna just be on YouTube indefinitely. Okay. So I'm gonna say if you do this if you can see this video, you're gonna get that second class absolutely free. Okay, absolutely free. The ultimate business workshop. So not only going to give you the Grow Your Wealth Bootcamp, I'm also going to give you an ultimate business workshop where you have a whole nother hour, okay, of learning, right? And even because I really, like I said, I have been planning this and going through all of this information that I had to teach you, and knowing I had just this limited amount of time, that I want you to come to this boot camp, but I want you to do something. This is not about give me $97 because y'all already know that's not what I'm about. I already have $97. I don't need your $97, but I would love if you could do deals because then that's really something. That's really something. Now we could partner on properties. I can build my portfolio. You could build your portfolio. You could wholesale properties to me. We could fix and flip together. So I literally have what is called the guarantee, okay? Where I will give you this in writing that if you invest in this boot camp, okay, you go to growyourwealthbootcamp.com, use code SAVE200, Okay, to make the ticket only $97, just $97 for over 8 hours worth of class. And again, it's live stream. It's not a recording. It's not something I record. It's a live stream. It's interactive. You can ask questions. You can type. I can hear you. You can hear me. You can unmute yourself. Not like how this class is. And if you come to that, you take your notes and learn this. If you close a deal within 6 months, I give you 6 months to do a deal. I will give you a full refund of your Grow Your Wealth bootcamp tuition. Okay. I'll give you all of it back because that's really what I want you to do a deal. I don't want the $97. I want you to make a deal. I want you to have a piece of property, even if it's just a lease. You get that? I want you to do that. So today only, if you go to growyourwealthbootcamp.com, and again, this class is not going to stay up. I'm gonna have to take it down. Okay? So go there now. Go to growyourwealthbootcamp.com right now. Use code SAVE200 and the ticket will only be $97. Okay? $97. That is it. Two classes over 8 hours. So I want you to go here. Go there right now. You see right there. You go to growyourwealthbootcamp.com. You see it there. Then all you have to do, you have the VIP option and you also have the general admission option. Okay. And the code works on either one. So whether you want to do general admission or if you want to upgrade to VIP, upgrading to VIP will get you, I got some books I'm going to give you. But more importantly, the VIP comes with a Q&A session with me before the boot camp even starts. So you get to actually do a Zoom call with me before we even go into the event. Okay, a group Zoom call. So that is amazing. All right. So it's not everybody. Everybody can't get VIP, but all of the VIP, you get that upgrade. You get a free Q&A session with me. That's what's included. And that Save 200 coupon, that works even on VIP. All right. So go to growyourwealthbootcamp.com right now, and then you will see all you have to do right on that next page. Look right there. You just put Save 200 and you press apply and it applies that discount code for you. That's why I said I can't keep this up forever. And that will take $200 off the ticket. Now, mind you, people are paying me right now $200. $297 for general admission. I have people paying $497. So that's why I said this can't stay up. Okay, I'm giving you $200 off. So again, you get all of that, plus the classes, plus the bonuses, plus the contracts, plus the scripts, plus if you do VIP, you get a class with me, the Q&A session with me before the boot camp even starts. So you just want to go to growyourwealthbootcamp.com right now and use code SAVE200. And it's only $97. This is a very, very small investment for over 8 hours worth of training. And again, not like this, literally where you can unmute yourself, you can chat, I can see your chat, you can see me, we're on camera. Like right now, we're live, I'm live streaming, but I can't see you. But at the boot camp, you can turn your camera on and I can see you and we can actually have a conversation. That is why people love the boot camp. That's why it is, usually nearly $300 for a ticket. Okay, and the VIP is nearly $500 because it is so interactive and it is so much information and you get so much of the resources. You actually get those documents and then you get shown how to use them. Okay, so you don't even need mentorship. You don't need me to coach you. You don't need to pay $50,000 for coaching or $100,000 to talk to me. If you just pay $97, we can have a full class where we interact with each other. Okay, right? And you save $200 off the ticket, plus you get a free bonus class, right? Yes, 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 yes. So go ahead and like this, because like I said, we are at the end now. We have been here, 1 hour and 20 minutes. I cannot believe it. I am so excited about this. I already see people are starting to take advantage of this. Thank you so much. Our people are already getting their tickets. Go right now and get your tickets. Go right now and get your tickets. Like I said, more importantly, this is what you need to understand. This right here, baby. Like I said, I want you to do a deal. This is unheard of. I've never even offered this before. But especially, like I'm literally saying to you, come to the event and I will give you in writing a tuition reimbursement certificate. I want you to come to the class. You invest that small amount, less than $100. Let me teach you all of this for 8 hours. Okay. 7 hours on that day, and then I give you another hour the next day to go over some contracts and stuff. And then you go out and do this stuff. And all you have to do is do one deal, and I'll give you all the money back. That's how much I believe in myself. This is how much I believe in you. This is how much I know together we can really go further. And I know together we are stronger. Okay? So go to growyourwealthbootcamp.com right now. Use this code before the tickets are sold out, before the price goes up, before we don't have any space. Again, only 97 bucks for 2 classes, basically over 8 hours worth of training, plus all of the contracts, scripts, and all of that, plus an additional training to teach you how to fill those things out, how to use them. Okay. That is amazing. All right. That is amazing. Use code SAVE $200. So if you haven't done it yet, because a lot of you are, I see my phone is already, y'all see my phone is right here. My phone's already ding, 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 ding from all of y'all picking up this. I absolutely love that. Go now and get this tickets. Like seriously, because once it's done, it's done. And I can't do these all the time. But you have so much information right now that you could do a deal. But if you're like, okay, I just need a couple more things, like how do I fill out these contracts and how do I get this business credit? And then I'll have my full plan. That's what I want for you. That's what I want for you. If you already have those things, great. But if you like, I need just a few more things, let me give you that. Like, give me one more day. Give me a full day of training. Okay. And put a small investment in that is a risk-free guarantee. Like I said, I'm trying to make this risk-free. I'm telling you, I'm going to give you a tuition reimbursement certificate. You give me a cash flowing deal or a lease. You can even do a lease because I'll teach you how to lease property. If you even just show me a lease that you've done in 6 months, I'll give you your tuition reimbursement. I'll do a tuition reimbursement. Because again, for me, I want you to take action. This is the year when we take action. If we just keep talking about it and keep just showing up to classes and you don't do anything, that money can't get in your bank account. But if you actually have the information and you know how to implement it, because for many of you, I gave you a lot of great information, but you're like, I still am not sure what I would put on the contract, where I would get the contract, what I would say, then let me come to this class so I can teach you those final things and how to get those business credit cards quickly and easily, get $45,000 worth of business credit in a day like other students. Okay. I can't guarantee you that, but lots of my students have gotten that really easily, 50 grand in one day. Okay. Seriously, in their business's name without having perfect credit. Okay. How to find these deals using just simple things, simple tools, not anything too crazy. All right. But go to growyourwealthbootcamp.com right now. Use code SAVE $200. Save 200 to save $200. So the ticket is less than $100. You can upgrade to VIP. I definitely think you should so that you can have that call with me. I think you will love that. Okay. Especially because it's before the event starts. So you can ask your questions, get them answered, and then come to the boot camp and you're off to the races. I have so many people that have come to this event on a Saturday and on Monday, they knew exactly what to do. And that's my plan for you. All right. So to my team, we have this one more thing that I want to show you. We're going to take a quick break. Okay. Going to take a quick break. And I have this thing that I want to show you really quickly. So if you're still here with me, watch this. Okay. Watch this. This is so awesome, amazing, and important. Watch this. And I'll come right back after this break. Let me take a quick break. I got just a little bit more I want to teach you. Go ahead. Go ahead and play that video. Oh, can't hear anything.
And I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. The way I found out about Noelle's, I've always searched for business opportunities on YouTube, and she came up in my feed. I just started clicking on a few of her videos. I liked the information that she gave, so I subscribed to her channel. After following her for quite some time, I liked the information that she provided, as well as the multi-level of businesses that she provides, and I liked her business format, so I decided to take a chance and come down here and see her live and get more experience, get more understanding, and basically get my business off the ground. I have yet to start my business. I do have a lot of things in place for my business as well as my business credit. So now I'm here to kind of tighten up loose ends and get the full format of how Noelle does what she does, and hopefully incorporate that into what I do and become as successful like she is.
Hello everyone, I am Kena Proctor. I flew in from Washington, D.C. finally made it to meet Miss Randall. I'm super excited, first of all, let me just tell you, I'm a local real estate agent, and I'm looking to enhance my portfolio with Airbnbs and Miss Randall's tour. And she's going to teach us about how to successfully start an Airbnb profitable business. She is the correct person to learn from. I found out about Ms. Randall on YouTube. YouTube stalked her. She is a wealth of knowledge. I'm excited to meet her. I brought my daughter with me. We are going to do this together, and we're going to make some money with doing it. I'm super excited. Next time, you guys should come with us.
Hello, my name is Abraham Cortez. I just attended the Grow Your Wealth. I never really thought I would actually meet Noelle Randall, but this is a life-changing event for me. And I would say one of the takeaways were the information I've learned from real estate. I never thought I could actually do this, and especially with the credit score that I have, and I don't really have much capital to work with, but definitely the way Noelle Randall explained it, it definitely makes it very possible for the day-to-day person out there. And so I also would like to recommend you to come out and check out this event and really listen to Noelle Randall, because she really knows what she's talking about.
One word to describe this event, it's awesome. Hi everyone, my name is Sonia. I'm here today at the Grow Your Wealth events, and my reason to be here is because I'm interested in real estate, and real estate can enhance the lives of other people that is in problems with their homes, their properties, and also to build, financial wealth for myself and my family. I just want other people to know that there is a way for things to go your way when you think it cannot go your way. I've been following Noelle for about 3 years. And recently I decided to start doing something because I've been a listener for a long time and I have not stepped forward to, do the business. So I decided now it's long enough, it's time to step forward.
One word to describe today is success. My name is Nicole Emery. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. What brought me to the Grow Your Wealth Summit today was me wanting to start something new. I work full time. It's a great job, but it's stressful. So I was wanting to learn more of the real estate investing because this is something that I can leave for my son. And what really got me to come to Noelle's event was her humbleness, seeing the information that she was giving out online. A lot of people aren't giving out that information, and a lot of it she gives out for free. And so her humbleness was really what touched me to come and actually join her team, the mentoring program that I'm a part of. So yeah, and so my favorite part today has been just the networking and getting to know everyone.
I feel like this is a great opportunity to network, meet with individuals, understand like their mindset. Because I feel like to become a successful entrepreneur is more mindset and drive and perseverance. But if you surround yourself around people on the right path, you'll become very successful as well. So that's my end goal, is to network, meet individuals, gather information that get clarity on certain situations, and then just take it and go from there.
If you're serious about building real wealth, then you need real strategy. This is not hype, this is not theory, this is not information you'll forget by Monday. This is implementation. At Grow Your Wealth Bootcamp, I break down exactly how to position yourself to win, how to build business credit the right way, how to access funding, how to acquire real assets, and how to move with a plan instead of guessing. Because wealth doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. When you get in the right room with the right strategy around people who are building, everything changes. If you're ready to stop guessing, if you're ready to stop playing small, if you're ready to build with clarity and confidence, join me at Grow Your Wealth Bootcamp. Tickets start at just $97 when you use code SAVE200. Go to growyourwealthbootcamp.com and secure your spot. That's $200 off, but only while seats last. I'll see you at the boot camp.
I graduated from college in '98. I started buying investment property in 2000. So I'm a landlord currently. I own 3 investment properties right now, and I own an Airbnb. And that is not enough for me to retire. So I need more, and I believe Noel program can help me generate more properties and Airbnb, so I'll be able to walk away from my job and be financially independent. I was watching Noelle online. First of all, I saw her as an empowerment as a female, and she was willing to share a lot. And I saw how successful she was, and I want to quit my job and retire. So that's one of the reasons why I came. And the fact that she's sharing so much, that she's not charging, I felt like this is the kind of person I would like to be for my community and for my friends, for financial independence, to be able to help them out also. And I'm very interested in real estate. I started real estate a while back. I want to learn more to expand my own business and to expand the numbers of property I have. I'm looking forward to learning how to obtain more Airbnbs.
I've been watching Noelle on and off of YouTube for some years now, and I just really love her. I really, connected a lot with her story, get to see a different side of her. And just her family and things like that were really just inspiring. I don't want 40 houses or anything like that, but I've always aspired to have a really great marriage. And I always felt like there wasn't really anybody out there that was for me, but I realized that was just my mindset and the stories that I was telling and making up in my head. Now that I had the mindset to be able to, to shape my world, to shape my reality, I feel like I can have those things. And so just hearing her and her story and her life and hearing everything all together, it really just been really motivating and inspiring for me. I'm so glad that I came. I feel like I can have that great marriage that I've always wanted to have. I feel like I can have that business. I can be a millionaire. I can have and accomplish all of my goals. So I'm really excited, and I'm so glad that I came. Thank you, Noel.
So many words to describe this event. Mind-blowing, I would say. My name is Kimberly Givens. I'm from Rock Hill, South Carolina. A few years ago, I was trying to start my own trucking company, and I stumbled upon Noelle on YouTube. I started watching her. I followed everything she said, getting website, the whole nine, her whole formula of starting my trucking business. I got everything up and ready to go, and I'm a truck driver myself. I spent majority of my time interviewing truck drivers, convincing them that I could dispatch them and still do my normal job, and I didn't get anywhere. So after 2 years, I just let my domain, my things that I was paying out of my full-time job, I just let it go. Well, I got hurt. I injured my right knee at work. Been out of work for a year. I got discouraged, but I said I was going to go in it another way. I looked at a couple more of Noelle's videos, and I seen she had this Grow Your Wealth coming. I've been saying for years I'm going to come. I made it in my mind that I said, you know what, I'm going 2024. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I'm going. So I end up settling my workman's comp case. I took the money that I got from it, and I said it ain't a lot, but Noelle said it doesn't take a lot to start somewhere. And I figure if I keep helping other people start up their business, I'm never going to start my own. So I made it a decision within me. So you know what? I'm not giving up. I'm going down to see what she has to offer, and I'm coming back with a second stream of income. The day before I got on my train to come down here, I purchased my first truck. So when I go home on Monday, I have my first truck to get my trucking business up and running. I have to just get my domain, my website, and all the other, my MC number, that'll be ready to go. But when I come home, I'm going to have a second stream of income by coming to Grow Your Wealth to learn how to get to be a real estate investor. I manifested, said I needed 5 streams of income. And being a real estate investor is my number 2. I haven't completed no deal yet, but I guarantee you when I go home, I'm going to know how to do it, and I'm going to go from there. Sometimes I had to realize you have to take a leap of faith and invest in yourself. It took me a while to realize that I was an investment. Instead of thinking I had to go and buy things to invest, I'm the investment. So I paid the money to come down. I said, if I'm the investment, I got to invest in learning what I need to do instead of trying to learn it myself on YouTube. Sometimes it's best to pay the money and go get the coaching. So if you're thinking about doing it, I say, if I can take a leap of faith, you can take one too. Come on, let's get this money.
Woke up to the mirror, see a fighter in my face. Every scar a lesson, every dream another chase. Done with playing smaller, I'm stepping to the stage. There's a world out there, and I'm turning the page. Yeah, doesn't matter where you started, only where you go. We all got a fire that the world should know. From every corner, every walk, every name, different stories, but our dreams are the same. Turned out into drive, let your colors ignite. We're breaking the ceiling, stepping into the light. It's not about perfection, it's about the climb. Oh, every single moment, yeah, it's your time. Your future.